Psychological factors in talent development. Psychological factors are incredibly important to athletes. Considerable research evidence attests to the role of psychological factors as determinants for elite performance. Orlick and Parkinson, 1998, for example, identified psychological success factors that distinguish successful athletes from their less successful counterparts. Gold et al. 2002 found that successful Olympic athletes were more committed and focused and engaged in more extensive mental preparation than less successful performers. Research shows that challenge in talent development pathways can be supported by PCDEs, the psychological characteristics of developing excellence. MacNamara et al. 2010 names these as commitment, focus and distraction control, realistic performance evaluation, self-awareness, coping with pressure, planning and self-organisation, long/short-term goal setting, quality practice, and effective imagery. These are crucial for the progression and maintenance of elite performance. PCDEs focus on the development of the athlete and links into the biopsychosocial model, which focuses on human development, according to Keisler, 1999. Keisler goes on to say that the biopsychosocial model has become an increasingly popular way of characterizing human development. The model posits a dynamic interaction between biological, psychological, and social factors, all of which play a significant role in human functioning, according to Engel, 1977. Approaches that fail to acknowledge the multifaceted nature of development, perhaps by focusing too narrowly on physiological or psychological processes, are in danger of missing the complex, dynamic, and nonlinear nature of development, according to Abbott et al. 2005, and are therefore inherently inadequate. According to Collins and MacNamara 2012, PCDEs help support an athlete in developing them appropriately to cope with trauma, and equip them with attitudes, mental skills, and emotions to cope with the difficulty and challenges of the developmental program. As well as this, Carmen, Richards, and Collins 2007 found that a range of psychological characteristics, including commitment, motivation, and determination, facilitated the development of elite classical and non-classical musicians. Trauma. Trauma can come in the form of challenges which affect athletes' mentality. The elite performers need to be able to overcome this trauma by focusing on factors from PCDEs. Collins and MacNamara 2012 presents a 4-piece explanation for why talent needs trauma. Evidence suggests that successful and highly supported young athletes are less likely to succeed at senior level compared with peers who, although are less successful at early ages, persevere and enter support programs later. In order to be successful, a young athlete must be more than persistent and committed to the development pathway. They must also be resilient. Playing in an older age group or out of position, being set higher expectations and standards, or being relocated for intense training camps in foreign or basic conditions may be sensible, so long as the challenges are preceded by skills training and supported and debriefed to fully realise the benefits. Both smooth and rough times can offer unique developmental opportunities to athletes as they progress along the pathway if they are purposely and effectively exploited. In this perspective, well-supported and individualised challenges represent an essential feature of the talent development environments. As coaches, we can prepare athletes by setting challenges which lead to micro-trauma. Micro-trauma will then lead to them being prepared for major trauma. Grit is defined as the perseverance and passion for long-term goals, according to Duckworth et al. 2007. Resilience, grit, and hardiness are all thought to be helpful in managing adversity, challenges, and failure, according to Duckworth and Quinn 2009. A gritty athlete is someone that works tirelessly to complete challenges, someone who maintains effort and interest levels over years despite setbacks and failures, works against what the world throws at them, and overcomes obstacles to get where they want and understand failure. Fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Fixed mindset factors include avoiding challenge, giving up easy, ignoring useful negative feedback, and feeling threatened by the success of others. As a result, athletes that have the fixed mindset may plateau early and reach less than their full potential. Growth mindset factors include embracing challenge, being persistent in the face of setbacks, seeing effort as a path to mastery, learning from criticism, finding lessons and inspiration in the success of others. As a result of this, athletes with the growth mindset will reach high levels of achievement. This is all in accordance with Dweck 2006. The perfect example of an athlete with the growth mindset is Lucy Bronze. Lucy Bronze had to travel for an hour and a half to get to training when she was a child, as there were no girls' team in her area and she was banned from playing in the boys' leagues. By the age of 23, she had undergone 4 knee operations and was no longer going to get picked for England camp. This was due to the lack of funding in the women's games, and they could not cater for the rehab that she needed. This meant that she had to do rehab by herself and had no other help. She said that being left alone by people that she thought were meant to be helping her was the hardest thing that she ever had to go through, but it made her the person she is today. Since then, she has come a long way. She has won numerous awards, is back playing for England, plays for the best women's club in the world, and is backed as the best female football player in the world right now. To conclude, Baker and Horton's 2004 review of primary and secondary influences on sport expertise suggests that psychological characteristics play a central role and are necessary for both acquisition and manifestation of expertise.